Welcome here today. My name is Brother Jamal Wigglesworth. I am the chairman of the College and Career Success Initiative here in the local Petersburg alumni chapter, as well as the chairman for the Eastern Province and the host for our National Professional Development Series. And with me today, I have Mr. Joseph Lyons.
Hello, everyone. I'm Joseph Lyons, Brother Joseph Lyons. I am on the College and Career Committee for the Petersburg Alumni Chapter. I also serve on the Board of Directors for the Petersburg Alumni Chapter of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. I currently work at Virginia State University, and I serve as the Executive Director for Career Services. And we're very happy to join in the discussion with you this morning.
Well, thank you, Joe. So let's get started. So today, we are restarting our professional development series, and we're so glad to have you all with us. This is going to be an exciting time to really re-engage our undergraduates and our post-high school graduates who are pursuing separate careers. So today, this is our program agenda. We are going to go over our calendar of events for this year, and we have some exciting things scheduled. We'll do an overview of kind of what to expect, and we'll also reach out to you and get some input on how you would like to see this program evolve. So as you see, today, September 24th, is just an overview. We're going to do an introduction, a calendar review, and Mr. Lyons is going to go over our curriculum for this year. Our next meeting is in November, specifically November 12th. That will also be a virtual meeting just like this. And we're going to really delve into your professional development, specifically transferable skills, the professional documents, those digital and soft skills. And then you'll see in January, in the latter part of January, we are going to have a business retreat. These retreats are going to be localized in your provinces. We're going to have one here in the Eastern Province. Our brothers down in the Southeastern Province are having one, and it's going to be simultaneously. We're going to cover the same curriculum, and we're going to bring in top executives to really talk about how you can succeed, not only with internships, but actual jobs post-graduation from college. And then once we're done with really building you up with what you need to go and face employers, we are going to put you in front of as many of the top industry's top leading executives and educators at our Centennial College and Career Expo. That's going to be at Virginia State University. You see the flyer here. A lot of energy and resources have gone into putting this together, and we're going to bring you all from across the nation to Virginia State University to experience this great event. So as we get closer, we'll talk about what to expect. Again, this is a 2-day event in February, so go ahead and mark your calendars. And so that is kind of what we have laid out, and I'm gonna hand it over to Mr. Lyons to talk about what you can expect.
Thank you. So we're really excited about the curriculum that's been designed for you. A number of us have ourselves experienced just the whole career job search process, as well as we've talked to professionals in the field that we want to also present to you. And we know that these topics, this curriculum, will help you to identify and achieve your career goals, and then to help you to develop your true potential. And so we want to help to elevate you to a level higher to meet all of your expectations in your career goals. So just to recap, at the last session that we were in, we led the session with this mindset, and we wanted you to repeat after us, and certainly you can repeat it to yourself. Attitude is everything, everything is attitude. So the reason that we wanted you to have this mindset, because all the things that we're talking about deals with how you view yourself and how you view your potential and your growth. You know, it's really said by some employers that when they first meet you, they form an opinion about you that will impact everything that you say in a networking or an interview event. It's even further said that employers, when they first meet you, they've already decided if you're the best candidate for the position before you even start speaking. So your attitude has to be positive. You have to be engaging and motivating. It's almost like you see example here, how you view life as whether the glass is half empty or the glass is half full. So this sets the premise for everything we're talking about: walking positively, walking engaging, walking as if you know you have everything to offer yourself and a potential employer. Attitude is everything, everything is attitude. Next slide, please. And so we also delved into the whole experience of networking. You know, what do you should say and what do you do? Really, and we're talking about this upcoming event, the expo. You will be there with a number of employers and a number of student participants. And so you really only have a minute, probably less, to introduce yourself and have a lasting impact on that employer that you're meeting with, so that they'll want to include you in the next step of the hiring process. So we covered this 1 minute introduction where you develop a greeting for yourself. Hello, my name is Joseph Lyons. And then in that greeting, of course, you have to then gain the name of the person that you're meeting with. Hi, I'm Jamal Wigglesworth. And then you need to say, nice to meet you, Mr. Wigglesworth. And you have set the tone for the conversation. And then your educational background. I'm currently a senior at Virginia State University, majoring in psychology. I anticipate graduating May 2023, and then sharing your experiences and your skills. I have volunteered with Habitat for Humanity, and I have worked with homeless populations. I have a strong skill set in customer service. And then your purpose for the day. I'm looking for a full-time job working in the field with various populations in the community. Then asking various questions that you can ask the employer during that session. And then a follow-up and a closing. How can we meet for a interview? Can I have your contact information so that I can send you a thank you email as well? So again, this is what we covered in the last session. And so we certainly we're gonna explore that again as we look to prepare you for the career event coming up. Next slide, please. And so one of the other things in this curriculum we're going to spend a lot of time on is, what is your brand? Again, just to share with you, we want to provide you with skills that will set you apart from other candidates. And deciding on your brand is what and defining your brand is what will do that. You know, it's really interesting. We had a career fair at our institution. And so these same employers the day before had gone to Virginia Commonwealth University. The day after our career fair, they had gone to Virginia Union. They're going to Virginia Tech. So they're meeting all of these students at other institutions. So what is it about you need to ask yourself that will set you apart from all of them? What is one word that can describe yourself? One unique, memorable thing about yourself, drawing from your experiences, your skills, your ability, your knowledge base, your trait, your value system, your career and life goals, your personalities. What will make you stand out amongst the crowd? I know for me, it's mentorship. I have the ability to work with young professionals and assist them in the progression in their career field. and I have worked on my brand ever since I've been in college up to now. And I've sort of now specialized it. So next slide. So for the upcoming sessions, we're going to give you a little homework. These are, say, you can take a picture of this if you'd like. These are some questions you can ask yourself when it comes to developing your brand. What do people currently expect from you? What values do you display? What is your current personality and image? What has been the experiences of those around you and working with you? And what do you want people to expect from you? Your values, personality, and image. What kind of experience do you want people to have when they interact with you? And so if what do people currently expect from you varies from what, or is a conflict with what you want people to expect from you, then it's obvious that you need to work on defining your brand more. So we're saying, work on this, answer these questions, talk to them with your chapter advisors, with your parents, your family, and then be prepared to come back for a discussion on that when we have the session that deals with your brand. Also with your brand, we're going to talk about representation impacts your brand. And of course, how you dress professionally. Once again, in those first couple of seconds, an employer will look you up and down and form an opinion about you just based upon your dress. So we want to make sure that your dress represents a professional outlook. And again, this is all just an overview of what is to come. So we're getting you excited for that. Next slide, please. So the other thing that we want to explore, and we're going to spend some time on this, is transferable skills. So it's important that you begin to think about what skills you have, that if you thought about those skills and the experiences that you're in, how those skills could be discussed with an employer, or how those skills would be used as you're talking with an employer. So for instance, if you work in, I don't know, fast food, something like that, McDonald's or Chick-fil-A, customer service across the board, all employers are looking. That's just making the customer happy. So again, it's not so much that you talk about what you did, but you talked about a skill that you acquired that an employer can use. And as you can see here, you select that from your coursework, internships, part-time jobs, volunteer work, service learning, hobby, sports, other life experiences. And so employers expect students to be able to apply the skill you've learned in your studies. So right now you're in college, so they want, when they hire you, for you to talk about your coursework, your life experiences, and then how those skills will better enhance their company. And that's what you have to sell and market to them in building your brand. Next slide. And so there's certainly one of the things that we want to spend a lot of time on in the session is this document called the resume. It is a document that employers use to determine whether or not they will extend you to the next stage of the application process or to exclude you from the process. Employers now use a database system. So when you apply for a position, your resume goes into the system, and then if your resume does not speak to the job description, if your resume does not speak to the skills employers are seeking, if your resume does not speak to certain experiences, then your resume won't even be pulled up for consideration or review. So that's why your resume every time has to be relatable to the position that you're applying to. Employers tell us the number one pet peeve is a resume that is not relatable to the position. And so your resume has to be clear, concise, specific, targeted every time. And it has to tell your story. So in this session, our purpose is here. We're going to talk about what is your resume. We're going to define it for you. What is the purpose of it? We're going to talk about why you need that resume. And as you can see, generally it's a brief, concise summary of your qualifications and experiences targeted to a specific job or career goal. Typically for you, first-time young professionals, it's a one-page document. But certainly we're going to talk about making sure that you tell the story in detail. And then the resume sells you your credentials. Before the employer gets an opportunity to meet you, they see your resume. So they gotta see something about it that will enable them to want to see you in that next step. And then it serves as a biographical sketch. As I've said, it tells your story from most recent to least. And then it's a marketing tool for you. And then we hope it'll be the next stage in helping you to obtain an interview. Next slide. And so just some other general tips about the resume that, again, we're going to go into more detail with are ensuring that your resume is updated and tells your story. So making sure that every time you have an experience, you continue to add on to it, as opposed to when it's a time for you to apply, you then will add on information and you might leave out certain information. Tailoring your resume to that, your document to the resume and the cover letter. The cover letter is a document, hopefully we'll get an opportunity to spend time on and explore, because employers tell us that if you've submitted a resume and a cover letter, they will look at that cover letter first, because with the cover letter, you get an opportunity to provide more detailed and supporting documentation that you couldn't on the resume, and then showcasing those skills that industries are looking for. And we're going to be sharing that information with you, the skills that employers are highly seeking. Doing research on the company. So as you're doing research on the company, you can talk about the trends in the field and how your experiences are aligned with those trends. And then using the STAR technique. The STAR technique is something exclusively we're going to talk about for interviewing, but it's also a technique you can use for your resume to completely tell you that story. And we're going to be sharing that with you. And then having the resume critique. And hopefully during that session, we will have an opportunity, we'll bring your resume, we'll put you into groups, and we'll have a critiquing session where we can talk about how your resume exclusively looks. So we're actually going to pull you in and give you some personal dialogue on your resume. And we want to share with you all that one of the things that we do is that we have shared resumes of our students at our institution with employers. So employers have told us very clearly what are the strengths about the resumes and what are the red flags that employers look at. And once they immediately see those red flags, they stop reading your document to consider you for an opportunity. So certainly stay tuned for that, because that's going to be a very insightful session. Next slide. And so this is a really cool slide here, everyone. So the National Association for Colleges and Employers, it's called NACE. It includes all the colleges and employers in the nation. So all of the employers in the nation got together and agreed on these are the skills that they're looking for when they hire graduates for jobs or even for internships. And so these are the skills that you need to be incorporating in your interviewing and on your resume. And hopefully you can see yourself in this. And we're going to spend more time going over each of these competencies, what they mean, how you use them, professionalism and work ethic, oral and written communications, critical thinking, problem solving, teamwork, collaboration, leadership, digital technology, participation in your own career services center or career management, global and international fluency. And so the chart that you see shows the percentage of employers that rated recent grads proficient. And then that's the one on the left. The chart on the right shows the percentage of students that consider themselves proficient. And as you can see, and we'll spend more time on this next time, there are gaps, there are discrepancies. So as you can see, employers sort of see students needing more training in certain areas, whereas students feel they're fine, they don't need additional training. Let's pull out oral and written communications, for example. As you can see, employers rated recent grads 41% proficient. So employers are saying that students need more training, need more skill building in this area, whereas students rated themselves 79% proficient. Students feel that they're fine when it comes to oral and written communications. But if this is something that employers value, then this is a skill set that certainly you need to build on and work on. And we're going to definitely spend more time on each of these areas. So we'll definitely explore that. Next slide. So the other thing that we're going to share information with is, and this was also from the National Association for Colleges and Employers, again, trying to give you information that will set you apart from other persons. The best predictor of future behavior is past behavior. And so you pulling from your past experiences sort of sets you apart and enables you to be seen as a unique candidate. So of course, we want you to pull from those soft or human transferable skills that we've talked about and that we'll spend time with on during our series, but we also want you to look at your harder digital skills. Certainly, it's important for you to build your computer software, languages, programs, because employers are looking for that. But also, we want you to work on those digital skills and platforms that will enable you to be more successful in the job search process. We want you to think to yourself, how many of you have a strong LinkedIn account? We know LinkedIn is an opportunity, yes, for you to apply for jobs, but also an opportunity for you to network. And being able to know someone that knows someone in a company or an organization that you're interested in is the best way to gain an edge on the opportunity. So we're going to explore during this session, one of the sessions, we're going to talk more about LinkedIn, how to develop a strong LinkedIn page. You know, with LinkedIn, if you've applied for a position, you can actually go to the company site through LinkedIn. You can see a number of employers who are alumni at your institution, and then you can link to them and talk to them about the position you've applied for. You can talk to them about assistance on your resume. You can talk to them about advice, about gaining experience or getting into the field that they're already in. So we're going to explore that. And we also know at our institution, we use the platform Handshake. So we know that at your institution, you should have Handshake or some other type of job and internship platform. So we hope that you're using those platforms there because it's a part of your institution, it's free, and it enables you to connect with employers that are trying to hire you at your institution. So we'll explore all of that and unpack it at the next session. Next slide. And so we're also going to look at the STAR technique. So, you know, it's really interesting. Employers have gotten away from the typical, what do you do? Tell me a little bit about yourself. What do you do for fun? What are you interested in types of questions? And they're asking more situational style questions because they know with those situational style questions, they can see how you critically think, how you complete tasks, the type of leader that you are, how you collaborate on teams. Also, it is the most complete way to respond to a question. If an employer were to ask you, share with me your strongest skill and how will your skill benefit our company, you might say, one of you might say, I'm a strong leader. Another person might say, I'm a strong leader. Another person might say, well, I'm a strong leader. But for you to share an example of a time where you demonstrated your leadership skills, it will make you more ahead of everyone and more remembered by an employer. So it's important that you know the STAR technique. And we're going to go over each element of it and even give you some practice in this area. But as you can see here, situation, introduce a situation to set the scene and provide the context. Task, describe the task, what needed to be done and why. And so this is the first time that the recruiter is hearing about this experience. So you're sharing the task in detail. What happened? When did it happen? How did it happen? And then the action, explain the action that you took. If you were involved in a group, you're not sharing what the group action was, you're sharing what your role was. And then lastly, and the most important part, result. Describe the result in terms of benefits realized. So again, we're gonna really pull this apart, spend some time on it, have some practice on it, so that you will be able to execute the STAR technique in behavioral interviewing, because we know you will be asked a situational style question. Next slide. And so as we go forward, we know that we are going to be preparing for the career event. And it's important that you understand what your goal is. A lot of students will often go in, grab some free stuff from the employers, maybe have a little conversation, and we're going to help you with that elevator pitch, but then they'll leave the expo. But we want you to know there's some targeted strategic goals that you can achieve in the experience of a career fair or an expo. First, you get to meet employers as the first step to begin the process to interview. So we hope from that session there, you'll have an interview, or soon after you'll have an interview. But also it gives you an opportunity to meet with a variety of employers to clarify your goals. We know you've selected a major. We know you might have an idea of what you want to do in that major, but you'll actually get to meet with an employer who will share with you where they see you in their organization, or they may share with you a field or job position title that you might not have considered. So you may walk away from the Career Expo with a career goal that you had not thought of, and a contact of someone who you can continue to work with and talk to about the field. And then you can pair it off with LinkedIn to reach out to other persons in that field. So that's really cool. And then we know that the only way for you to begin to polish your networking, your self-marketing skills is through practice. So you'll get an opportunity to practice over and over and over with persons on yourself, and to practice, provide that practical experience so that when you come away, you develop a comfort level. Networking is really developing that comfort level within yourself. Next slide. I'll turn it over to, and then we did want to share with you that we're very excited in that we have fraternity brothers and professionals in the field who are employers. So some of these sessions will be facilitated by them, or we will have them in the session to provide feedback. Just imagine having an employer who will look at your resume, provide you feedback, and as they're looking at your resume, will say, wow, this is worth you're connecting with us for an internship. So you're gonna probably gain a lot of good connections from these series in this curriculum.
Absolutely. Hey, so again, this Centennial College and Career Expo is really the culminating event. It's the last piece of our Guidewright Centennial celebration, which will be held again in February 10th and 11th here at Virginia State University. And we are bringing in the nation's, and hear me well, we are bringing in the nation's top industry leading executives and educators to this event. It's a 2-day event. We have professional development forums. We're bringing experts in to provide leadership for those forums. We have a professional business fashion show that will be judged by employers. You get their immediate feedback on how to dress, how to carry yourself, what digital devices are appropriate for today's businesses. And because we're bringing in those top industry leaders, we want to present them with our best and brightest young people for them to hire, okay? And we want to prepare you for that interface. This event you do not want to miss. It will be attended by people, undergraduates, nationwide. People will be flying into this event, traveling from far and wide. So please mark this on your calendar. This will be a great event. And we're really looking forward to it. So what we have today is we have Mr. DeAndre McKelvey, who is one of our local ambassadors for this college and career success program. And we are the first chapter to start this, and he is our first ambassador. So he's been through the program, and I'm going to ask him just to, share his thoughts real quick.
Hey, good morning. Thank you for that introduction, Brother Lyons. Sorry, just waking up still.
It's both of us. It's both of us.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. So again, my name is DeAndre McKelvey. I am a current senior at Virginia State University, also a Spring 22 initiate of the Alpha Phi chapter of Kappa Psi Fraternity Incorporated. And my aspirations in life are to become a lawyer and then a federal judge. So like Brother Wigglesworth just said, I am the current ambassador for the College Student and Success Initiative. Just my overall experience is I've been able to be directly exposed to leadership opportunities within my campus, within the community. And then with that, following the knowledge and wisdom of, people who, take care of you, make sure that you're pointing in the right direction career-wise, and just make sure that you're on the right path to achieving what it is that you want to achieve in your life post-graduation. So the College and Career Success Initiative program is I feel as though very, very important because usually as college students, there's not really that program that, gears African-American young men towards achieving their goals. So I feel as though that it is very, very important to have a program like this that keeps you focused, because going through your tenure in college, it's easy to get distracted. You may still get, most people get their degree still, but after that, they don't really know where or what it is that they want to do with it and what direction they want to go in. So I can definitely attest the program to, me personally knowing what it is that I want to do after college, mapping it out, planning it, just having a plan in place to make sure that I'm on that right path. So that's just a little bit about my personal testimony towards what the program has done for me, and a lot of other people that had the opportunity to benefit from this program. So yeah, definitely want to attend that career fair that's going to be happening on February 10th and 11th, because like Brother Jamal Wigglesworth just said, it's going to be a lot of very, very executive people in a lot of different fields that will allow you to, see the vision of where you want to go just by shaking hands and talking with that person. So definitely take advantage of that, because it's a lot of opportunities out there. You just have to be put in the right room with the right people to direct you in the right direction. So thank you.
That's right. You got to be in the room when it happens. And you have to have a seat at the table. So yep. We are preparing you for that table. Yes. Hey, so we also have with us, the other part of this team of college and career success chairman. You have already met Mr. Lyons. I do want to introduce you to Mr. Evans, Brother Evans, and just give him a few minutes as well.
Certainly, thank you, Mr. Wigglesworth. Good morning, all. We are excited about this particular year with our C2SI program and all that it has to offer. But more than anything else, this is a great benefit for our young people as we continue to try to track them along their journey, trying to help them secure employment either prior to or along the way via internships or externship programs. And so we're excited about pouring into these young men, doing what we can to add value to them being productive young men in society in the very near future. But more importantly, they're going to be the leaders they're going to be the ones eventually going to be working with other young people. And so, again, this is the excitement that Mr. Lyons, Mr. Wigglesworth, and the rest of the members of Kappa Alpha Psi is excited about. So, thank you.
All right, all right. Hey, look, today was a great session. This is our orientation to kind of give you an overview of what the schedule is and what to expect. You can expect greatness. You know, we are going to prepare you for success and put you in front of people to display your success. All right, so please mark your calendars. Our next event is November 12th. We'll be starting at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is a virtual event, so please mark your calendars. Please be in attendance. Mr. Lyons, Brother Lyons, will begin that curriculum that he talked about. You know, those business professional documents, those digital and soft skills. You do not want to miss this. All right, this is the beginning of some great sessions to get you prepared for that culminating event in February, the College and Career Expo, hosted by Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. So with that, Joe, if you have any parting comments, anyone else?
We are excited just to add that for that culminating event, and I know there are going to be employers and recruiters, but also an opportunity for you to meet with graduate school or college recruiters to learn about the whole process of applying to graduate school. You'll learn about funding, money available for graduate school. So that's also exciting. I know some of you are looking for graduate and professional school experiences after college. Undergrad. And then also, if you have any topics that you want us to include or incorporate in what we've already shared with you, we are very flexible and we can certainly put it in into the sessions, and certainly contacting Brother Wigglesworth regarding those items, and we can prepare that as well.
Yes, absolutely. Or if you know any industry, leaders that you would like to bring into these conversations, as we go into our professional development series, we'd be glad to include them. But hey, gentlemen, this was a great session. I really appreciate all of the support. I look forward to seeing everyone, that listens to this recording to be on our next event, which is, again, November 12th. It's a virtual event. We're really going to start digging deep into this professional development. So with that, I wish you all the best. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you again November 12th. Thanks.
Thank you.